Illustrative leadership praxis, mapping action to paradigms. Understanding leadership through the lens of doctoral research paradigms becomes tangible when abstract principles are linked to specific decisions and initiatives. Below are selected examples of how leadership actions, grounded in critical and transformative paradigms, translate philosophy into practice. Centering marginalized voices, critical paradigm. Action. In faculty governance, I deliberately convene forums that elevate voices from historically marginalized communities, including early career researchers, rural-based staff, and students from underrepresented backgrounds. Paradigm link. This mirrors critical theory's focus on power, inequity, and structural barriers. By intentionally redistributing opportunities to contribute, decisions reflect a justice-centered epistemology. Knowledge is co-created with those who have been historically excluded. Impact. Policies and programs are informed by diverse perspectives, ensuring inclusivity and reducing systemic bias in faculty decision-making. 2. Co-designing doctoral support initiatives, transformative paradigm. Action. I initiated the FAD Doctoral Academy at DUT's Indonesia campus, situating it in a rural, community-centered environment. Students and local stakeholders participated in shaping the Academy's curriculum, mentorship programs, and outreach initiatives. Paradigm link. This embodies the transformative paradigm's principle of emancipation through participatory action research. Leadership is not imposed from the top. Knowledge and design are co-constructed with those affected. Impact. The initiative enhances access, builds capacity in rural communities, and strengthens doctoral engagement while aligning institutional scholarship with social impact. 3. Ethical and reflective decision-making, critical and transformative paradigms. Action. In the implementation of high-stakes research projects, I established ethical review committees and reflexive practice protocols that require ongoing reflection on impact, power dynamics, and potential harm. Paradigm link. This approach reflects the axiological focus of both paradigms. Decisions are guided by values, ethics, and attention to justice. It operationalizes the principle that knowledge and action are inseparable. Impact. Research outcomes are ethically sound, socially responsible, and attentive to the communities involved, modeling responsible scholarship for doctoral students. 4. Mentorship and dialogical supervision, transformative paradigm. Action. Supervisory practices prioritize dialogue, co-reflection, and student agency. Rather than prescribing solutions, I guide students to critically interrogate their research questions, methods, and interpretations, encouraging iterative learning. Paradigm link. This mirrors transformative methodology in doctoral research, where the inquiry process itself is a site of learning, reflection, and emancipation. Impact. Students develop critical thinking, ethical reflexivity, and confidence to lead independent, socially conscious research projects. 5. Structural reform and inclusive policy, critical paradigm. Action. I led initiatives to review and revise faculty policies around recruitment, promotion, and research funding to ensure equitable access and representation across historically disadvantaged groups. Paradigm link. These actions operationalize critical theory by interrogating institutional structures and transforming them to promote justice. Leadership here functions as applied critical scholarship. Impact. Institutional practices become more transparent, equitable, and accountable, creating long-term systemic change while serving as a live case study for doctoral students studying critical paradigms. 6. Integrating reflection and learning, both paradigms. Action. Across leadership roles, I maintain a daily practice of reflective journaling, walking, and iterative planning, linking embodied experience with strategic decisions. Paradigm link. This practice mirrors the reflexive methodologies central to both paradigms: continuous interrogation of assumptions, awareness of positionality, and attention to consequences of action. Impact. Leadership decisions are deliberate, ethically grounded, and context-sensitive, demonstrating to students the seamless connection between philosophy, research, and praxis. These examples illustrate a living model of paradigm-informed leadership. For doctoral students, they show that critical and transformative principles are not abstract theories to be memorized, but frameworks for ethical, participatory, and socially responsible action. Leadership, like research, is an iterative, reflective practice in which philosophical foundations, positionality, and practical choices converge to produce meaningful impact. Happy self-discovery.